Alright, welcome back for some more easy blues harmonica, and this week we've got ourselves a new Quist Jam backing track. This is a slow blues guitar backing track in G, and I thought it'd be a fun one to sort of get used to a 12-bar blues, like how to count out a 12-bar blues, how to stay in rhythm. There was like a really good post by my friend Roger a few weeks ago saying how he's like using a metronome to keep in time when he's playing his music. And that's really important. Now a lot of old bands, like your classic blues bands, your rock bands and things like that, the tempo can actually vary over the song. Like it's not like modern electronic music where things are like really locked in on a beat, or sometimes they're even what they call quantized, which is like they use a computer to make things like actually match up to the beat. Now, being able to change your tempo gives you like a lot of emotion and things, but you don't want to do it randomly or unconsciously. So the best way to practice is to either have a metronome, a drum beat, or in this case like a backing track, so that we know where we are in the song and how to play along. And one of the other things that I think is sort of important is 12-bar blues. Like, how do you know where you are in a 12-bar blues without getting lost? Like, I can definitely remember when I started out, I used to have to count things. I'd get lost, totally lost all the time. And the way that I was like taught to count in youth orchestra was like you've got 4 beats in a bar, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And instead of just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we'd actually count using the first number. So you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So you know when you're coming up to the 5th bar in a 12-bar blues, that's your 4 chords. So 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4. Then you're back to your 1 chord, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. Now your 9th bar is your 5 chord, so 9, 2, 3, 4. 10th bar is your 4 chord, 10, 2, 3, 4. 11th bar, you can have your turnarounds, your 1 chords, all of those sort of things. So 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4. And I'll mention, like with turnarounds and those sort of bits, as you add more chords into a 12-bar blues, realistically you can sort of play less. Like if you're ever confused, use your root notes. If there's a lot of movement in the chords, use the first chord of the bar. Because this is a really slow blues, this has got technically what's called a fast 4 change. So you play your 1 chord on the first bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. For your second bar, you play the 4 chord, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then back to your 1 chord, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So let's make some more sense of it while we actually have the backing track going, and I'll count through it, because for a very long time this is what I would do throughout every single song. Like in my head I would be counting out where I am so I don't get lost. Now eventually over time you'll start to understand the structure of a 12-bar blues, and you'll know where you are. If you ever get sort of lost or confused, like you're taking a big solo and you've just like totally lost everything, you've got no idea where you are, again, root notes are really sort of safe, so you can play your root note and just listen for the chord change. Like if there's no chord changing at all, you're probably in the first 4 bars. Changing into the 4 chord, you're either going to be on the 5th bar, or you're going to be on like towards the end of the song, like around bar 10. But then you'll have your 5 chord, your 4 chord, your 1 chord. So as you get used to the feeling of the song, you can tell where you are. But you can count it out too, and that's how I started, and that's how we sort of did things. So let's play through this one and just count it out. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, Now it's a bit faster. 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So in the last two bars, we're actually going through like a turnaround change. And in this song, it's the 1 chord, it's the 4 chord, it's the 1 chord, it's the 5 chord. And the other cool thing about this Quist backing track is you can visually know where you are in the song because it puts the chords up on the screen. Now, I haven't played anything with this before, but what I'm thinking of is all the chords on this are 7th chords. And what a 7th chord is chords made up of a triad, so 3 notes. So for example, our 1 chord here, our G, is 2 draw, 3 draw, 4 draw. Now the 7th is a flat 7th or a dominant 7th, unless they say major 7th. So it's the next note of the chord. So now 7th chords are very typically blues. Blues chords will often, generally, be like a major 3rd rather than a minor 3rd, but we'll have that flat 7 called dominant 7th, minor 7th. Music terms are like something that have developed over time, so there's lots of different words for the same things. So what I thought of while I'm doing this is I've got our backing track going so we know where we are. We want to count in our head, and what I thought would be fun is generally when I play I like to come in on beat 1, but you don't always have to do that. And listening to this backing track, like you probably didn't have a lot of chance to listen to it then because I'm counting all over the top, but what I noticed is you can hear the drums, you can hear the organ. There's a nice organ in there just going like a strong chord just throughout the entire song, just bah, big block of sound. So I don't really want to add to that with a harmonica with long held notes because we've already got an organ doing that. So what I thought would be fun is on each bar we have the first beat of the bar. On the second beat of the bar, I'm going to play the root note of that chord. We're going to play the flat 7, which is just one whole step below that. And then we're going to play the root note of the chord next beat of the bar. So basically for our 1 chord, that's going to be 2 draw, double bend, 2 draw. For our 4 chord, it's going to be 4 blow, 3 draw, half step bend, 4 blow. And for our 5 chord, it's just going to be 4 draw and 4 blow. Alright, so get ready. We're going to come straight into this song. We're going to be at the first beat of the bar, and we're going to go first beat, root note, flat 7, root note. Let's see how we go. What should we do for the faster little bit? Probably going to do that as sort of like a triplet sort of style, because there's not a lot of beats in there. It's sort of like chord, change, just another chord, another chord. So I'll show you what I sort of mean. Basically going to go ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da da da. So a triplet rather than 1 and 2. It's a little bit faster. Here we go. Now I did that one a few times. I was having a bit of an issue with my 3-draw half step bend. Fairly common note for me to bend too much. So should be more like, that's a better one. So yeah, super cool. Nice slow blues where we can get our 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So we can get our count going. Got a nice sort of thing there. And yeah, just by hitting the root note of the chord, the flat 7 of the chord, and the root note of the chord, all of a sudden we've got ourselves a song. So get out there and have some fun.